So today we're seeing how lucky our hero is on his quest to defeat a whole bunch of enemies like this little pumpkin head thing here. And we do that by spinning a whole bunch of times. We're hoping to win big here. And so we get a little bit of damage, both physical and magic. And then he does a little bit, but we had a shield. So we just keep spinning with a whole bunch of empty slots that we'll fill in later as soon as we pop his head and move on. Oh my gosh, that was brutal. And this greatsword here seems like a good investment. 25 damage every 3 spins. So we move on to another fight, which has a massive one coming up here. Let's just go up here to fight a fungal monster that looks like it's gonna give us a little bit of poison. But there's a first greatsword for a whole stack of damage, and that's already the monster taken care of. We are going through this very quickly, and we have a key. So let's go into this massive fight here. An owl bear, lovely. But our weapons seem to be doing pretty good. We need a couple more spins for the greatsword to kick in again. And ow. That actually hurt a little bit. One tiny little damage. And then one more, and there's the greatsword, plus the key, which is in the slots, even though we can't use it right now. But the bear owl thingy is already halfway dead, roughly. Or at least it will be maybe after this? Yeah, and now he's raging. So let's just get done with this fight quickly. And the bread does heal us back to full when we drop low enough, but only a couple of times. So this fight is taking a little bit longer, but ooh, that was a massive hit right there. Maybe not as long as I thought, but also the bread is almost gone. I don't know if we get that back or not, but one more spin should take out the owl bear. And yep, the bread is gone. We're gonna need to replace that. And you have 3 health left? Well, that's just annoying. And I wasted a greatsword charge for this. Hope you feel special. Ooh, we could get another one, or we get some leather boots for more armor. I like that idea. And we get another reward, Rune of Protection or Exhaustion. I like the idea of fortifying myself, and also this one says battles instead of battles. But now we go on to this chest, which is what we need the key for, so we go ahead and use that, open it, and we get a rare symbol, plus a whole bunch of gold. Like, oh, a stick of dynamite? 150 damage? Oh, I like that idea. I need it. Do we keep this? Can only be used once. Well, that's a bit of a shame and a bit of a waste on this guy, but oh, I love that so much though. And we can get a bomb right away too. Oh my goodness. How's a bomb like this gonna do less damage than dynamite though? Well, let the good times roll and have another bomb for this tougher enemy here, an enchanted fairy. And the dynamite would have been especially better here, but a bomb will still do a lot of good. That is a huge advantage on the health scheme that we got going on here. And we're dealing even more damage every time, but the fairy did give us a little bit of frailty, but we should still do pretty good here because we're getting 14 armor and we only lose a little bit before the attack. We're still doing good. It's just a matter of waiting for that greatsword to charge, which it looks like is gonna be perfect for this next roll here. Excellent timing there. Fairy go bye-bye. Now, ooh, a spectral bow? Takes an arrow from adjacent quivers, does not consume arrows. I don't think I have arrows yet, but I think this will be good to have. And now sad little pumpkin head person again. This is gonna be a bit rude here. And also we don't have quivers for the bow to do anything. So we're just kind of holding on to it. At least he doesn't do any major damage. And the boot's in the very wrong spot to give additional armor. As in, it's not giving us additional armor at all, we just took damage. But that's a good chunk of damage there, so this fight's gonna be very quick. Unless he has 1 health remaining, so I gotta spin again. Thankfully though, we're not wasting the greatsword. It'll actually be prepped for the next fight. And this helmet will give us even more armor. And it's basically the opposite of the boot. So let's go to the shop here really quick and use some of this gold that we collected. Sadly though, no quivers, but we do have a bag of coins, which gives 250 gold right off the bat. Although it still costs a bit, so it's not as much on return. I do like this longsword though. 10 damage every 2 spins, that could be okay. Oh, but a cursed wand is on sale. I like that. And this one gives a debuff. And since we don't really have a means of healing, let's go ahead and grab this wand as well. And we can still get this rusty cleaver because that's on sale. So now we'll go through one more fairy before fighting the boss of this area. And wow, 52 damage on that. And the fairy has bleed. Oh, this is gonna be very good because the wand is just gonna keep adding to those stacks. Oh my goodness. I don't think the fairy's ready for this. And it deals bleed damage on every action that they do. And the fairy is always doing 2. So this is, oh no, that's so much damage. 14 there and a 13 here. Goodness gracious. That is so much bleed, but we are also using so much mana too. Ooh, but this cherry here is another good healing source. So let's go ahead and take it. And then we go right into the boss, which is a forest guardian. Aw, it's Master Oogway. I don't know if I want to fight you, but I have to. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Okay, you have a lot of health, so maybe I don't have the strength to do it, and you just gave yourself thorns. So that's gonna be a little risky. Thankfully though, it's only after each attack and not, you know, every point of attack. And we still had enough shields for that, so that's good news. But the helmet ended up on the bottom, so that's not a lot of armor there. At least we got through your armor. And then, okay, we took a little bit of damage there, but we're okay. Sadly though, this cleaver is losing a bit of damage each time, so it's a little bit of diminishing returns there. At the very least, you're getting a lot of bleed here. And those two actions there are going to be very not good for you. So this fight's actually going a lot faster than I thought it would, which is good news. So another action there for another 22 points of damage. And oh man, the bleed just keeps going up, but we are so much out of mana. But hey, the Forest Guardian is down. Very good. Ooh, a Shinobi's belt? Stores all shinobi weapons, deals damage equal to the amount stored. I think I like that. We might need to find some more shinobi weapons in the Rainy Shores area that's coming up. Oh, and 3 different paths here. We'll take the middle road and fight a fish folk shaman. You look more like a gator than anything. And I don't even think I have any shinobi weapons yet. So the belt is not gaining use. Oh, you have a totem friend. Is that what that is? Well, either way, I'm just gonna go ahead and cleave through you because you don't do very much right now. Sorry to say, but I'm also not getting as much armor as I used to, or at the very least it's taking a little bit to protect against all the attacks. Thankfully though, that one did. But in a bad setup like this, okay, thankfully the shaman went down. Hey, there's a shinobi weapon, which deals 6 damage. I like that. And this chest thankfully does not require a key. So we get an uncommon symbol? Yeah, we do. Another shinobi item. But I think a shield with spikiness is going to be extra good for me. And now it's a fish folk knight. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fishies. And I don't know what just went away there. But it doesn't really matter, because this guy can't even get through my shield. And I have way more thorns each time too. All the items are pretty much guaranteed because we don't have all the slots full. So that's extra good news, and the knight is down. Hey, there's a quiver. It's just a normal one though, holds 25 arrows, but at least we can use that bow finally. As we go into, oh, a magic jellyfish. He's doing a weird like Squidward dance. And also, what is this? Am I about to be stunned for a little bit? I don't like the sound of that, but you also have so much health. And then I have it now, so I'm shocked. Randomly reduces or increases the damage. Interesting. So, whoa, everything just got an increase. Wow, bad news for you. But, oh wow, the values are all going up. I don't think you know how this fight's supposed to go, Magic Jellyfish, but I keep getting more shock values. Oh, and there's the negatives. So that's rough, but thankfully I have shielding still. Okay, 12, come on, go up by 12. No, that's not what you're supposed to do, but at least I'm surviving the hits. We're just not dealing the damage that we used to, and mostly relying on bleed. Oh, but there's an increase, 85 damage. Thank you, Mr. Jellyfish. I kind of miss you already, but I also don't. And since we are using mana so much, I think it's a good idea to get this mana scroll. And we get another rune. Deals 200 damage and can be used once per stage. Oh, like the stage that we're in. It's nice, but it's not doing too much for the amount of health that we have. So we're gonna go with the random debuff being removed. Now, what can we get with all of our money this time? This blade deals damage and restores mana, so that's gonna be a good thing. And this ring gives regeneration, but we don't have enough money anymore. But I think I am gonna need extra armor here pretty soon. And that's about all we can do there. Oh, a giant toad time. There's nothing special about it, it's just a giant toad. And also not as much health as other things. So just on the first roll, we've spent so much mana, but we did gain so much back. So we're doing a lot more damage and we have so much armor. There's no way he's getting through, but he also gave himself regeneration. And I'm not a fan of that. At least he hasn't given us any debuffs yet. So for this bow to work, it needs to be next to a quiver, which sadly is not happening. Oh, but there it happened. Very good. So that's another 26 range damage. This is looking very good, but oh, I think his attack is getting stronger. We barely survived that one without taking health damage. So it's a good thing I have all the armor pieces that I'm getting. And oh, wow. I think he just did himself in with the bleed damage. I like that idea. And this throwing knife can be combined up to 5 times? I like that idea. And then one more free piece of loot before the boss, which is more uncommon things, but that's okay. Well, this blacksmith's gem should be good, giving extra weapons extra damage. And here's a big boy, Shazar. Well, this should be okay. And I guess the bard's armor is affected by ranged weapons, which I guess counts as agility. But oh, that was a massive hit right there. He's doing 45 damage. I need way more things. And he also has over 1,000 health. This might be a bit rough because, ow, we're still taking damage. And I think I got rid of all my healing berry things. So at least we're doing a fair chunk of damage every time, but I think it might be time to use some of these runes that I have, like removing a debuff. It got rid of the shock, which I guess is okay. And then let's go ahead and just use the 25 armor and fortification thing. Ooh, the armor does not reset. That's what that means. I like that. So that'll really help us survive this. I'm kind of upset that I didn't use that sooner, but at least the gems are kicking in to give other weapons extra damage, and we are still able to survive things, even if it's just barely. But we are still getting a lot of weakness, which is not good. And also this rusty cleaver does no damage anymore, so we probably need to get rid of that pretty soon. And wow, oh, it's too bad for the weakness. We were about to do 50 damage there. Thankfully though, we're surviving a little better, but now we are completely out of armor, and even if it doesn't reset, that doesn't matter because he's taking it out every time. So we just need to hope that the bleeding can take him out before he takes me out, because he's got 48 stacks of bleeding already. 56, oh my goodness. I'm sorry to say it, but I think you're done here, because that's 50 extra damage there, and that's all of that. Wow, we almost died. Wow, but look at this champion shield. 20 armor and damage to all adjacent weapons. Perfect for the Veiled Sands area we're going to. Now, I'm hoping when we take this top path, we can find a key to go through to get those chests. Oh, but now we have harpies. Well, isn't that disgusting? But also the health really hasn't gone up too much with these basic enemies, so we probably have a really good chance here. And also the blade that we started with has accumulated an extra 13 damage because of all the enemies that we've killed. So we're doing really good here. But now I think we're at the point where there's, no more empty spaces. So we're seeing everything all at once, with one item that doesn't show up because in a 4x5, there's one item that isn't being seen. But hey, we won. Ooh, this wizard hat's gonna be good for getting mana back, and it gives armor. All right, let's take the top path so there's more fights, but let's also use a remove symbol really quick and get rid of this cleaver because it's not doing anything anymore. So now all the items are always seen because we have exactly 20 items. It might be good to not get any more than this, or at least not too much more, because all the synergies should be doing very well with each other. Oh, but the vulture's also giving me bleeding, so that's a little sketchy, but we're still able to survive because it's not too much. So that's a very quick fight, and we're not seeing any keys right now, but I love what we're seeing so far. So here's even more bleed, which is gonna be very good. Now, hopefully this pharaoh gives a key. I would think so, he's a pharaoh after all, but I'm not really sure how mummies bleed yet. At least we're able to block all of his damage because of all of the armor that we get. Look at that, that's 58 armor. But of course he's gonna give a shock too. So this might go very much not in his favor, at least I hope it doesn't. Oh, but it did. Oh well, he really still has no chance to beat me. Oh, with 80 damage just from the physical attacks? So much going on there. Goodbye, Pharaoh. Whoa, a rainbow quiver. Infinite rainbow arrows? Applies a random debuff. Okay, I like this idea. Sadly though, we have to skip this chest because we had no key. At least a genie lamp. Oh, we're punching a lamp right now. Although I think I know what's gonna happen on its next turn is that it's gonna just bring out the genie inside. There it is, which does 55 damage. Thankfully though, I have plenty of armor to keep up with this. Oh, maybe not this time. Okay. At least we have thorns there. Oh yes, and the bow's next to the rainbow quiver, so get burn damage? Sure. But also, ow, we're starting to take more hits because of this frail debuff. So that's why we're losing armor, and also a lot of HP. Let's get done with this fight very quickly, I think. And thankfully the bleed should, yes, do that. Get back in your lamp. Okay, thankfully we have a chicken drummy for more health regain. So can we get one of those from a chest too? Ooh, a rare symbol incoming. How about we start to stack more armor because that's definitely needed. And probably going to the shop here because we're no longer healing all the way to full. Oh, but at least the chicken drummy is showing up, so we're getting some health back. but you are just giving yourself so much armor right now, and you're giving me a little bit of bleed. I don't like you for that reason, because the bleed goes straight to my health instead of the armor. At least it's not too much, and he's just gonna keep damaging himself because the bleed stacks just go ever higher. So this is gonna take you in. Excellent. We're doing very good here. Oh wow, this helmet's doing a lot of stuff. I need it. And now let's go to the shop so we can heal ourselves a little bit. We also had almost 500 gold there. Thing is, could I sell some of these runes or symbols instead? I don't think I can. I can just remove them, which is a bit upsetting, but I do like the sound of this ring of power here. Just gonna take that and make my way to Mordor or something. But that also took all of our money, so let's just move on to another sad little vulture that's gonna go down very quickly because look at all the buffs that we get. So all of the symbols get a power buff, which I very much like, and we're getting more power buffs because of that ring that shows up every time. This is gonna be very good for us. I've just barely noticed that we're taking bleed damage because it's so little. And the vulture goes down very quickly thanks to its own bleed. Oh, interesting. Destroys weapons with 0 damage? And it gets extra damage for each symbol destroyed. That could be good. Almost makes me regret getting rid of that rusty cleaver, but we have a big boy here. 2,000 health? And you do 70 damage? This is gonna be very bad. I should probably use this fortification buff next turn. Oh, thankfully we got just enough armor to match it. But it also got 80 of its own armor. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and trigger the fortification. And I think this is just going to be a game of attrition because we didn't even really get through that armor all that well. At least it only gets armor every other turn, but also that's 79 damage just from the melee weapons. Wow. We might actually do pretty good here, but we're also starting to lose some of our armor because of frailty. And even then, that wasn't enough. So that's gonna hurt. Okay, time for the other rune. So it gets rid of that, and you're getting even more attack power, 105. That is rude of you. And I can't even attack enough to really get through his armor. Oh, that hurt. This is not looking good anymore. The bleed isn't stacked nearly high enough to be really any help right now either. So, ow, oh no. Well, we made it to stage 3, boss, having taken out 19 enemies in the process, and also 2,000 points of bleed damage. I like that so much. And this is also just a demo for Spin Hero, so if you guys want to see more of this and you enjoyed it, be sure to let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, DV1X, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drupal Long, Angel, Lily Bites, Miner Within, DeGarity, Sands, V, Isaac, Killer Squad, Mousy, and Nicholas.